This is Dan Dix here reporting for Press for Truth with breaking news. Alex Jones of Infowars.com has just been ordered to pay $1 billion to the family members of the victims of Sandy Hook after they sued him for some comments that he made about Sandy Hook. They might as well be asking for 100 gazillion bajillion dollars. So they're clearly going for the jugular right now. Former U.S. attorney on MSNBC says Alex Jones' verdict is permanent financial ruin, broke now for the rest of his life. The MSM also claims that this is a moment of reckoning for Infowars conspiracists, and that only proper online regulation can stop poisonous conspiracists like Alex Jones. But here's the problem with that, my friends. It's just as I recently said on Twitter. If you don't believe in the free speech of even those who you absolutely despise, then you don't care about free speech at all. Alex Jones made some claims that hurt some people's feelings, but physically harmed absolutely no one. Meanwhile, the entire medical community and politicians and the media and celebrities pushed the lie that you must get vaccinated in order to protect others. I exposed this in my most recent video. Get vaccinated for others was a lie. Pfizer vaccine was never tested on preventing transmission. And yet, countless people have died or been severely injured from these vaccines, and yet where's the accountability there? The singer MIA chimed in by saying, if Alex Jones pays for lying, shouldn't every celebrity pushing vaccines pay too? And she's right about the celebrities pushing these vaccines and that blatant lie, but she's wrong about Alex Jones because he didn't lie. Alex Jones genuinely believed what he was saying when he suggested that the Sandy Hook shooting could potentially be a hoax. And when he realized he was wrong, he publicly apologized and corrected himself. But just consider this. Alex Jones said Sandy Hook was fake. Dick Cheney, the former vice president of the United States, said, there is no doubt that Saddam Hussein now has weapons of mass destruction. There is no doubt he is amassing them to use against our friends, against our allies, and against us. Cheney's lies cost over 1 million Iraqi lives with a penalty of $0, whereas Alex Jones's words caused 0 deaths, and yet he is being penalized $1 billion. And speaking of that, who could forget this? The largest fine paid by a banking executive responsible for the 2008 financial crisis was $67.5 million. An absolute slap on the wrist when compared to what Jones is currently going through. So this is indeed a massive show trial, which is intended to set a precedent, as I explained in this video. The Alex Jones trial and the truth about false flag operations. In this video, Dan Dix of Press for Truth explains how this on-display public trial is being used to discredit anyone who talks about legitimate false flag operations that will be carried out by our own governments, as history shows. And that's really the big takeaway from today's video, my friends, is love him or hate him, Alex Jones is currently being used as the poster child for why free speech apparently needs to be stifled, and which is why we're seeing article headlines like this one. Only proper online regulation can stop poisonous conspiracists like Alex Jones. So now, moving forward, for example, if you question the official narrative of 9/11, you could be sued by the victims' family members for defamation. If you claim that the COVID-1984 vaccine is dangerous and that the pharmaceutical companies are lying about stopping transmission so that you'll get the jab, you can be sued for defamation. And if and when another false flag is carried out by our governments on our own people in order to be blamed on a political enemy, well, they now have set the precedent to sue anyone who questions that official narrative. And not to mention, there's no limit on how much people will now have to pay for emotional damage. 10 million? 100 million? A trillion? maybe a gajillion. It all depends on the personal biases of the judge and the jury that day. So my friends, this is the beginning of a massive attack on free speech. And I can tell you, Press for Truth is also on the chopping block. I mean, the powers that ought not be are already censoring me and heavily shadow banning my content, but they're also trying to mess with my finances as well. And if they can do it to me, they can do it to anyone, my friends. And that's why it is so important moving forward that you become the personal custodian of your own assets and you physically hold the responsibility to your own assets moving forward. And one of the best ways to do that is to not have all your eggs in one basket, but rather spread it out, get it out of the bank, get it out of the dollars, and get it into a little bit of crypto, but mostly into precious metals like gold and silver. Guys, there's definitely something to be said about physical, tangible assets, real money that you can hold in your hand and maintain control of. And that's why I wanted to tell you about my friends at Patriot Gold Group, who can help you protect your assets moving forward. When you guys call the number on the screen, you'll get connected to a free investor's guide, someone who's going to help you set up a plan moving forward. And what these guys specialize in is IRAs and 401ks that are backed by physical precious metals like gold and silver. And even if you already have an existing IRA, that's okay. They'll roll it over for you. And you might even be eligible for a no fee for life IRA. Again, when you call the number on the screen. Guys, this is a phone number for preferred Press for Truth viewers. You will get the preferred treatment when you call this number. And this is a fantastic way to support, as Alex Jones dubbed, the information war. Because these are partners of mine now. When you get set up with them, you're not only helping yourself, but you're helping Press for Truth moving forward as well. And these guys are top-notch, you know, #1 rated Consumers Affairs Guide for like 5 years in a row, Better Business Bureau, you name it, top-notch guys. Again, when you call the number on the screen, you will get connected to a live person who will set you up with a plan moving forward, guys. So again, this is a way to help yourself moving forward, but also to help those of us in the field of alternative media like me here at Press for Truth. So that's all for today, guys. Don't forget to check all the links in the description for all the sources to this video, also to where you can find my friends at Patriot Gold Group. If you don't want to call the number, you can just click the link in the description below. And that's all for today, my friends. Don't forget to click that thumbs up button, share this video with your friends and family who you think need to see it the most, and stay tuned. We're going to have more video reports coming soon. This is Dan Dix reporting for Press for Truth. We all want truth. The truth will set you free.